It's now been something like 20 years since Diana, Her True Story, a seminal book really in the royal family and the monarchy generally. It really turned everything on its head. And I worked with Diana for well over a year on preparing this book. She was secretly in the background giving interviews on tape, providing pictures. I mean, at some point I was even helping her write some of her speeches, so that's how intimate it became. And when the book was finally revealed in June 1992, it created a firestorm of publicity around the world and went on to be an international bestseller. Anyway, it was a natural decision to write the book on William and Catherine. I've watched William grow from the day his father carried him out of St Mary's Hospital in West London, to when he was crawling around in Auckland, to when he first went to school, and then when he went to Eton. So I've been watching him grow, and and before the engagement was announced, I was looking at them as a worthwhile subject, because it's fascinating to see what qualities he has of his mother, and also the qualities that he has of his father, and also what an independent character he's turned out to be. I've thoroughly enjoyed writing my book, William and Catherine, Their Lives, Their Wedding, because it's really helped me to think a lot more about William's life, his evolution from a little boy to the young man he is today, who's striding out on his own, an independent prince for the future. And it's also been equally fascinating just to chart the romance of William and Catherine from their days at St Andrews to the ups and downs when they first hit real life, so to speak. And I think that the nation is going to be fascinated by William and Catherine. I think that they're going to see that this is a couple for the 21st century. They're going to be flag bearers for the future of the monarchy. And a little bird tells me that people are going to be really fascinated by Catherine. She's going to come into her own over the next few years. She, as they say, is going to be a slow burn. When Kate Middleton walks down the aisle of Westminster Abbey on her father's arm, something like 2 billion people around the world will tune in, either on television or listen on the radio. And it shows that the House of Windsor, the British monarchy, is still a worldwide phenomenon. And I think that the day itself will be a renewal of the monarchy and a day of great national celebration. Kate Middleton, if royal precedent has anything to go by, will be expecting her first child, certainly by this time next year. Queen Victoria, when she was married in February, she gave birth in November, and that's been a royal tradition for the last 200 years. So I think that we'll be talking about whether the nursery is going to be pink or blue in the next few months. And she's also got to come to terms with doing a little bit of charity work. Not too much. Diana was overwhelmed in the first few months of her royal career. William is determined that that will not happen again. I think the great legacy that Diana left her son was that he could take his time. Prince Charles met Diana just for a few days, really, before he proposed to her, perhaps symbolically, in the nursery at Windsor Castle. This time around, it's like we're watching an old married couple here. I think Kate knows exactly what side of the bed William sleeps. They've lived together, they've fallen out, they've got back together again. It's been a very modern royal romance, and this is going to be a very modern marriage. This is a book that's going to be fresh and hot off the press. I mean, on the wedding day itself, I'll be writing and organising the last 32 pages. All the fabulous wedding pictures of the great day itself will be going into this book. So we're looking to the Guinness Book of Records to say that this is the fastest royal wedding book in history. I'm known as a writer for giving you the inside story. The inside story of, obviously, Diana, the inside story of Tom Cruise, the inside story of Angelina Jolie, inside story of Monica Lewinsky. So I've had a lot of #1 bestsellers, and it's because I try and give you an insight into the character in a way that brings them vividly to life. And I hope that this book, William and Catherine, Their Lives, Their Wedding, will actually make them three-dimensional characters, and there are so many glorious new pictures, some of which have never been seen before. And it's as fresh as a morning cup of coffee. It will be written on the day, on the wedding day itself, and it'll be printed in a couple of days, and it'll be in the stores within something like 3 days.